Yeah. This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys.
We've got Sophie Monk on the show today.
We do. Fantastic. Top 5 wakes.
Yep.
That I went to this year, one of the top 5. You're going to find out why and what went down to make it so special.
We catch up with Jeremy McGovern from the West Coast. In fact, he comes in and we talk about his ribs.
Yes,
the governor.
we do. Griffin Logue as well. We talk about his bald eagle.
Yep, and
A lot.
we know that there are certain things that you will always try and retrieve if you lose them, which is like your phone or your keys or your wallet.
Yep.
We're going to talk to the extent some people went to get stuff back. And there was an article about Mark McGovern, and we end up getting trolled.
Yay!
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Now, as you know, I, at the start of the week, was in Kalgoorlie for a beloved family member's funeral. R.I.P. Maureen Ramsey. She lived to 83 and she just absolutely was brilliant.
Awesome.
Like, lived life to the fullest. And I was so happy that I could be there to give her a really beautiful send-off. So we had a service at the Kalgoorlie Crematorium, and then afterwards we had the wake, which was at the Kalgoorlie Country Club.
Well, that sounds fancy. Did you have a pastel sweater tied around your neck?
They really throw around the word country club quite loosely.
Well, it's a club in the country, so I guess it qualifies.
Kalgoorlie.
So, Nathan, spending all your life growing up there, was the country club scene, it was the place to... Was there a place to be
To
at
be
any
honest, I
stage?
never knew there was one there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's just like it's just an old pub,
Yep.
Is there a bowling green or something?
There is a bowling
Yes,
green.
okay.
No, but not that one. There's another country
Oh.
club. I think we have 2. I think we have 2. Welcome to the Hamptons. Because we got one near Maritana Bridge, which has the bowling club outside of it.
Yes.
Maybe that's just the bowling club. I'm not sure.
Sure.
Harry's on the Google. He's
He's checking out... Well, that's the golf club, Harry.
Yeah.
He'll find out.
Anyway, Nathan.
Anyway, so we were at the wake and it was really great. Had all of our family members there. Everyone's... What, Harry? What?
That
the big
picture.
screen, Nathan.
Oh, that's a bunch of people
Found
dressed
the
as
Easter.
rabbits.
Having
Celebrating
rabbits.
Easter, perhaps.
Yeah. So... Anyway, so we're all there just telling stories about Maureen, remembering her life. There's a big screen above the bar showing these. It's really great seeing the photos of someone's life.
I know.
That you've had in your life the whole time, but never really, you've never delved into these.
It's just a shame you see them after they're
It is
gone,
such
isn't
a
it?
shame.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common, thought, but, it would be great to celebrate somebody's life while they're still alive,
Yes.
and they can
I
go,
agree.
oh, yeah, that was, they can tell you about the pictures, but it doesn't happen.
But with the pictures, you only ever hear or people make speeches about how much they love you when you pass
when you're
away.
gone,
So
that's right.
Yeah.
We don't want
Anyway,
to say it to their
yeah.
face. Oh, God.
So the way it was set up, we had the whole bar area there. There was a giant screen showing pictures of Maureen. We had the Bay Marie there, which was just full of like Nani's
Bay
pies. Bay Maureen.
It's named in her honour.
With all like Nani's pies and all the family favourites.
Sure.
Bacon savouries there. Everything.
Lovely.
Everyone was
Everything,
right
perfect.
into it. And anyway, so throughout the night, everyone's having a few more drinks. Now, the thing about a place like the Kalgoorlie Country Club is you can't reserve it wholeheartedly, so there can be another event that sprouts up during your event.
Oh, I see. So you just went there. You
No,
didn't-
no,
you-
it was
You
booked.
booked it.
It was booked, but
they
yeah,
say you don't have exclusivity.
But yes, well, obviously we didn't because something else popped up throughout the night.
What else could happen in Kalgoorlie?
Well,
diggers and dealers?
So,
what?
so just under the giant screen of Maureen showing photos of Maureen, and then just to the left of this thing was a picture of Maureen in a frame on an easel, and then all
Yes.
these beautiful flowers. And then happening right in front of that in the bar was a game of Warhammer.
Tell everyone Warhammer. I've never heard of Warhammer until you mentioned it.
Warhammer is a miniature war game. It's the most popular miniature war game in the world. It's basically, if you can imagine, people a lot of the time confuse it with Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
People,
It's a role-playing game, but you're also
Yes.
it has a massive board
Yes.
that you move characters around on.
Yes, you've got actual characters, you've got actual props on there. The people get the figures themselves and have to paint them themselves.
Right.
So it's fully invested. We'll chuck a picture
believe
up
you're not
of
into this,
the
Shaun.
Warhammer Warhammer game happening on our socials. But once I realised Warhammer was happening in the middle of Maureen's wake, then I went just moseyed on down the corridor, and there was a Warhammer tournament happening all throughout.
So it wasn't just one game. It wasn't just a couple of guys playing
Every room
Warhammer.
had
There
a few
was
theatre tables of Warhammer.
full-on Warhammer tournaments.
And
Who
you had
knew
a
Kalgoorlie was such a
little wake
hotbed of
going on.
Warhammer activity?
Well, you had to walk past the Warhammer table, the Warhammer tournament or match to get to the bar.
Now, just to be clear, Maureen didn't pass away playing Warhammer.
No, she
it
did
was
not.
unrelated.
She did not.
Okay.
But I just want to point out, above this Warhammer match was photos of Maureen on a screen.
An 83-year-old lady.
Celebrating her life.
Travel stress can take a hike.
With lots of fully refundable hotels, whatif.com has got you covered.
Just remember, booking cancellation windows apply. So go on, relax and book your next trip with confidence at whatif.com.
What if? It's Aussie for travel.
Right now, we're talking about when there's been a clash of events in the one venue.
Yeah, this is because of the wake that I went to for beautiful Maureen Ramsey in Kalgoorlie at the Kalgoorlie Country Club. Maureen's wake was happening. Above this thing that was going on was a beautiful screen of Maureen's pictures of her life. Below the screen was a 4-foot table that had people playing a game called Warhammer, which is a miniature figured battle game dice rolling situation. Akin to Dungeons and Dragons.
We
I
think.
can't really explain it. Very popular game though. A lot of
Sure.
people play it.
I bet they do.
Yes.
At Maureen's funeral.
Yes.
Michelle's at the Angela. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
Was there a clash of events? Talk to us.
Yes, so I got married at a beautiful place in Applecross, and in the room next door to my reception was a happy divorce party.
That's a sign of the times.
That's called the full cycle, I think.
Wow. Who was having the better time?
Good point.
Oh, they certainly were. They were much more drunk.
That's telling, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
People are having a better time
like,
at the divorce parties
What do
than
we-
at your
I
should
kind
we
of
book
wanted
the
to
room
sneak in
now?
myself.
You wanted to sneak in?
Well, you know what you can look forward to, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. See?
Well, I am now divorced, so
Oh! Did you have a happy divorce party because you saw how fun they were?
no, I haven't had one yet. No.
They're all the rage, aren't they, these days?
Yeah, well,
I
find
know
somebody
where
who's
to have
having a
one now.
wedding and book the room next door, Michelle. It'd be great.
Oh,
Yeah.
it'd be great.
And I'll invite them.
Yeah, great call.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle. Elise, hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Elise.
Elise.
Okay, what was the clash of events, Elise?
So I'm a pole dancer, and we have a portable pole which we took to the beach.
Yeah.
And so we got there quite early to get the prime spot, obviously. But there was a booked barbecue next to us for a kids' party, which we didn't know about. And so we were like, oh my God, these people look like total Karens. We're going to be absolutely grilled. And it turns out that the parents loved the pole. They were a bit tiddly and just jumped on and embarrassed the kids. And oh my God, and the kids were mortified. And the parents were like, come on, kids, have a go. And they were like, nope, we're good.
Oh, that is so
Oh,
good.
Pole dancing,
yeah,
kids
Pole
pole
dancing next to a kid's party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
but we made a great new group of friends, and they now come to pole. So it's
Do they?
There we
they
go.
do.
See?
Hey, Elise, when you take a pole down to the beach, how...
Yeah, Shaun, you've done it a bit. People aren't really
Maybe
receptive.
Sorry, what was that?
So you take this pole down to the beach and everyone gets to have a go. How's it kept stable?
It's stuck in this platform and it's kept stable most, obviously
Oh,
through,
yeah,
through
okay,
the,
like
through
just
the
the bottom.
platform.
Yeah, so you need a flat surface, and it's got little extending legs that go out, so your center
Yeah.
of gravity doesn't go over. So if someone was to come and jump and absolutely barrel it, it would go over. You have to be a bit careful with the portal.
Yeah,
Oh,
you really
portable
need
one.
to. I mean,
Harry's
like,
showing us now. Okay, I can see the
There you
base.
go.
Like-
It's like an umbrella base here.
On the
right?
beach.
if you can like get parents that are at a children's party involved in pole
Yeah,
dancing,
you
you really
must be
should
good.
take that pole to some unlikely places,
Yes.
like at the front of a convent.
Yes.
Like who knows the nuns?
Margaret Court's Church.
Margaret Court's Church.
Yeah. Matthew Senna on a Saturday.
Neville. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
So we are talking about when there's a bit of a clash of events, like wake for an elderly lady,
Yep.
and a Warhammer tournament at Kalgoorlie Country Club.
Well, where else would you have it?
I know.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. Michelle's in Joondalup. Hi, Michelle.
Hi,
Hi, Michelle. Great.
Michelle.
All right, so tell us about the event clash.
A few years back now, I was at a friend's first birthday party for her daughter.
Yeah.
And it was at a community centre that had a few different rooms.
Yeah.
And just as they were commencing the birthday cake singing, a whole bunch of ladies came through the entrance preparing for a hens party, carrying some rather large man part decorations.
Sure.
Always doodle,
Well, it is a first birthday, so that is just like a big pink number one.
That's right.
Oh, yes, of course. And they had some lovely headbands on with some floppy decorations on
You're painting a delightful picture here. Yes.
walking past the cake, and we had a whole bunch of toddlers sort of going, "Mummy, what's that?"
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be full on right if the first birthday kid was obsessed by police and a cop rocks in, goes into the rugby event and starts taking his gear
Well,
off?
they did have a stripper show up a little bit later while the kids were outside on the play equipment. So that was fun.
Yeah, lucky you stuck around, eh?
Well, that's when the ladies play equipment
That's
walked
right,
in.
exactly. Thanks, Michelle. Emma, hello.
Hi, how you going?
Hey,
Great,
Emma.
Em. Okay, what was the clash of events?
So we recently, my mum was terminal and she had gone through assisted dying process to end her life.
Sorry.
That's sad.
And so, we don't take death seriously in our family.
Yeah,
There's
neither
no-
way.
Okay.
That's great.
Yep,
'cause we don't.
it's
Well,
gotta be funny.
I've laughed at many a
Yeah, no.
funeral. Keep going.
See, Nathan, I can imagine you would be perfect at one of our family
Perfect.
funerals. Like, you would fit in.
Invite me to every casualty.
But so basically we had an end of life party for her. It was held in the CBD at a local restaurant. There was signs up about us basically green dreaming, and I apologise to any of your listeners who are mourning at the moment. I'm very sorry, but this is how we cope.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it was basically putting mum down, going for the green dream, that kind of thing. It was a year to the day.
Yes.
Year to the day that the assisted dying laws came in.
Yes.
That we had this party, and we had out the front, totally didn't know it was happening. There was a pro-life rally to go to. And we had
jeez,
signs
yeah.
up and banners, and we were
Saying
wearing
we're putting mum
t-shirts
down.
And you were literally partying on that. I mean, they're having a meeting, but you're partying.
But you
on that.
know what? This is completely the opposite, isn't it? They're trying to save babies. You're destroying old women.
No, it was
a life
against
cycle.
euthanasia. It wasn't even like...
No,
it was
yeah,
around
no,
about
yeah,
the
so
same
they're
time as
anti-euthanasia.
the
Oh,
Yes.
they're anti-euthanasia.
They're anti any end life.
I think it's
my-
nice to see two sides of the coin,
I
all
think
coming
so.
together.
Oh my god!
You've got happy green dream mum signs everywhere. Like, far out. Emma.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
Time to catch up with our eagle, Jeremy McGovern. His eagle wings have been clipped, actually. We do know that he's not going on for the rest of the season after that collision the other week where it destroyed
Shoes
his
in the
rib
rack.
cage.
Now, Gov.
Yeah.
No one warned you about the Nova curse.
Oh, I know exactly what it is right now.
Yeah.
The Nova curse, of course, is when somebody joins our team as a permanent team member, something terrible happens to them physically. And that happened to your rib. Strangely enough, just before we went on break, we had signed Trisha the elephant up.
Yeah.
And God rest his soul, Nath. That's all I'm going to say about that.
No.
Brad Shepherd, of course, he was in here before you.
Oh, well, let's hope it's not that bad.
We actually had Luke Shuey in his season. He had a couple
many
of
years
anyway,
ago.
so we brought in this lady, the white witch. What's she,
The
the white
white feathered witch.
Yes.
The white feather witch, and she did a some like bone
An
stuff
incantation.
on him, was
We
blowing.
thought it was going to be about 30 seconds. It
blowing
went
stuff.
for about
It
5
went for
minutes.
so long. Anyway, it went for an awkwardly long amount of time.
Well,
While he
Luke's
was
just
just
standing
sitting
there.
there going, what's happening? Anyway, he left for another radio station soon afterwards.
So that's it.
true story. True story.
So here she is.
It's when,
We should. That was very.
he
we
said
thought
his
it was
shoulder
hilarious,
did feel
remember?
better the game after that.
Yeah, but then he rolled his ankle, so
Yeah,
it was
that's
a whole
right.
thing.
yeah. So, talk to us about your rib.
Yeah.
Ribs plural.
Ribs.
How's
Because
the plate?
Simo was saying, you're a tough mother. He said, so for you to feel pain on something like that must be excruciating.
Oh, I think anyone I hope anyone would have felt the same amount of pain that I did. I hope they don't. But, it hurt. It didn't look like much at all. At the time, I felt like it was a big bump, but there wasn't much in it at all. But that's footy, just get you in the right spot and end up cracking a few ribs and...
punctured lung.
Punched my lung and
that's not cracking. That's not cracking a few ribs. That's breaking,
I broke a couple.
Yeah.
And then had some pneumothorax in my chest or something.
When they puncture your lung, is it like when you puncture your tyre and they have to put a patch on it?
I don't know about the patch.
Like the rubber, the silicone, and they scrape it.
They take your lung out and they put it in a bucket of water.
And then they find the air.
You've got to find
Then they get the scrape. They put the cement on it.
That's right.
They put the patch on and then they put it back in, or they just use that foam stuff.
And they just get the air compressor and crank
and then pump it back up again.
Couldn't be easier.
Yeah.
I know surgery.
Pretty simple.
Yeah. That's cool. And you had tubes and stuff hanging out of you?
That was the weirdest thing and the most uncomfortable thing. I've broken ribs before, but getting a tube put in. And the lady didn't show me because she said, I'm putting a tube in. I said, all right, no worries. So she threw it.
Where?
Just in the side of my ribs.
Oh my God.
Goes between my two ribs.
No.
And then she was putting it in. I could feel it going between my ribs.
No.
I was like, oh, this.
So to do that, you've got to cut a hole, right?
Yeah. Well, I thought I've had drains in before, and they're normally tiny.
Yes.
They're tiny. This thing was a garden hose.
Really?
It was massive.
So she ran, and you can feel it going into your ribs.
She didn't tell me until after. And I looked down. And I was like, oh, wow, I didn't realise you. She I'll put a big on you. I did want to tell you.
So that's the biggest hose you've had in you?
Oh, yeah, that is the biggest hose I hope, touch wood, that I ever had in me.
Tell us about your other ones then. We're pretty close now.
So how does it feel now? Because you know,
I can laugh now. So
okay, well
that's why
good.
I've come in here. I didn't want to come in too early.
You didn't want to put your body on the line.
But it's still reasonably sore, but bearable, definitely bearable. And
so the Eagles have just decided that's it. You're just going to sit out the rest of the season and come good for be raring to go for next year.
Yeah, loves the pre-season.
I'm got an extended pre-season, Shaun, at the moment.
Right.
They've got to sign up in their change rooms, isn't it? If you've had a hose and you're this big, you can have this long off.
It's the rule. There's a policy.
Because we've all seen that movie, Brothers Grimsby. Brothers. You seen that?
The fan scene at the end? Oh my God. Get it? Just watch the fan scene.
Sorry, we keep interrupting you. Sorry,
no, it's fine.
You got to see that.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's been a long sort of discussion the last 3 weeks to try and figure out if I can get back and play, but it's a bit too big a risk if I crack it again or break it again, and I've got to do a fair chunk of training now. I missed 3 weeks of nothing, so I've got to get a fair chunk of training as well.
So what does that mean now? So you're not playing the rest of the season. Do you have to keep training? What's the deal?
I'm going to try train. I'll try to get back to training as much as I can, as quick as I can. So then I'm ready for the off season and make sure I've got no niggles or anything.
So no contact, obviously.
I won't be doing contact for a little while. Yep.
Gav, I want to ask you about your team going forward, right? So now that you're out and there's a few other players that could be in doubt finishing off the season, you know, you're going to finish down the bottom of the ladder. Personally, do you think, okay, next year when we start, we're hopefully, me personally and other guys will be in good shape and we can challenge? Because it's all about challenging. Or how do you see the next phase of the West Coast Eagles?
Yeah, it's a tough one because our year's been a little bit a bit different, obviously, with the injury stuff. I think if we had everyone on the park all the time and everything was humming and we're still at the bottom of the ladder, it would be a little bit of a different feeling. I think, a lot of it's just getting a bit of more personnel back, having a good pre-season and staying away from COVID, which would be great. And I'd like to think we can challenge again, for sure. And that's the plan. We'll just have a big off season and put ourselves in the best position we can to have a crack next year. The touch wood, hopefully not too many big injuries.
So Jai Cully makes his debut this weekend, great. Which is awesome. It'd be good to see what he can do. He's the 47th player that's played for the Eagles this year. That is nuts.
Yeah, we've had a fair few.
That's crazy.
I think we've only have 44 on our list.
Yes.
So,
you do.
Yeah.
So that was so there were top-up players as well.
Yeah, top-up players
48,
as well.
So
Jai better be good.
So we've gone through a few. And there's great stories out of it. And Jai Cully's one of them.
Yeah.
He's worked his ass off, and ever since he's come into our footy club, he's worked his ass off. So I'm stoked for him getting the game, and all those. As much as we want to challenge. We want all our best players out in the park. There is a little bit of a silver lining to all this.
Yeah, that these players are getting opportunities.
Have had opportunities. Our young boys have had opportunities, so it's good for them.
Do you have to go to the game because you're not playing?
Nah, not in Melbourne.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to?
Yeah, of course. I want to play. So
I'd be like, if we're not doing a show, there's no way I'm coming in and watching it. Not in a million years.
I agree with that. But the only the benefit, if say Gov walks around, he's got his suit on, and the club doesn't win, or even if they do, everyone's like, oh, mate, we're nothing without you. And all that. That's why
they
I'm
really pump up your tyres.
Unless they go really well, and then you don't want people saying, they never needed you.
I know. They started doing that with Nat Fife this year.
Did they?
Can he fit in Fremantle's team?
As if you wouldn't put him in your team.
He won 2 Brownlows the other day. Yeah. It is going to be interesting to see how the cards fall for you guys at the end of this season, and draft picks going forward, and if that can elevate you straight back up the top. Because Nick Natanui's not getting any younger. I won't put you in this thing. Because
look, I hate to tell you, Shaun, but none of them are getting any younger.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Shannon Hearn, Nat. As Shannon Hearn's been one of the great West Australia. I'll call him a West Australian. I know he's from South Australia, but he's played over 300 games. He's been an absolute marvel for the club. He's playing particularly well, but whether they decide, thanks for coming.
Yeah,
we're going to go down another track.
And on the shoulder again and say thanks for coming. Because
I'll rub your tummy.
It brings up a
you know what I mean?
full-on nightmare.
Gov, yeah.
Yeah, no, we do. We've got plenty of big decisions to make, that's for sure.
So was Nathan.
Sorry, mate.
It's really a rabble here today, isn't it?
It's Friday, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many games have you played?
Oh, just over 150. So only.
Oh, you've got ages to go, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 30.
Are you 30?
Yeah. It took me a fair while to get into the system.
Why is that?
Oh, because I was fat and lazy. Literally, that was pretty much it.
That'll do it, I hear.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Yeah.
So you were an older pick, were you?
No, I was a young pick, but
you just
I was just on the list for 4
You just didn't
4
get
years.
picked
Played
to
my
play.
5th year, yeah.
Was that frustrating? Or you knew that you weren't doing what you needed to do? Or
No, it wasn't frustrating. No. Well, it was in a sense, but I knew that I wasn't up to it.
Yeah, right.
And then it's frustrating looking back at myself now, going,
why didn't I do that?
Yeah, of course.
But if your head's not in it, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's the frustrating bits now that I'm like, why did I waste 4
what
years? But
it's like when you're at uni, right, and you're young and you're there at the normal
You're having a great
age,
time.
and then a mature age student comes in and they ask so many questions and stuff, and it's like, oh my God, when you're younger, you hate them, but they're there. They know that they've wasted time and they're ready to learn.
That's right.
But when you're like 17, you're like, shut up.
Yeah, I've got ages.
Shut up, when's the token?
Shut up with your endless questions. We want to go to the pub. But they want to learn. And that was you.
Well, Gov, it's been an interesting year for you. And always, when you're playing, the West Coast Eagles are a far better team.
Yeah, that's true.
The next 5 or 6
we
weeks
will never forget 2018. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. We're going to take this time now to show you the Brothers Grimsby.
All right, that'll be off air.
That'll be off air. We're not sure if there's any swearing in it.
I think it's safe to say there is.
We're going to show you the fan scene, and I urge people to Google it at home.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
So we had Mark McGowan in the other day for his birthday, right? And then afterwards, we were picked up by the presses. Perth Now ran a story. Premier Mark McGowan reveals what he thinks of the nickname McClown.
So
Talks about how he was on our show. We discussed his recent junket to Rome to promote WA in Europe. When we brought up the PM's recent trips, I said, isn't it funny how people are calling Elbow Anthony Overseasy? And then Nat says, whereas you only get McClown, which is a bit boring. How do you feel about McClown? Because you can't even juggle. Mark McGowan's popularity, for better or worse, has earned him a multitude of nicknames. State Daddy, Marky Mark, Sneakers McGowan, and the most popular, McClown. The Premier's response may have been a bit naive, even though he was just joking.
Yes.
I think people are saying it's affectionate. They are saying it in an affectionate way.
Yes.
The presenters weren't so sure. It's your birthday. We'll let you believe that, we quipped. The crusty of Perth, I finished with. So I have my eye on this article because there, as you know, anything to do with Mark McGowan, especially on Perth Now, people like to troll him.
The people that comment on Perth Now, similar to the Daily Mail, like they're not overly positive people.
No.
You love a comment. I want to hear this. Righto, let's go.
This one's about us.
Great.
This is from Mark J.
Oh, hello, Mark J.
Nova, the radio station of McGowan worship, never once have they asked a decent question. Mind you, when you employ an ex-Cairo, a reality TV star and an ex-footy player, you're not working from the most intelligent gene pool.
Me? I went to university.
No, they get into that. CCG then piles on. I've never been to a chiropractor, but do you think they just print off the degree themselves?
5 years, buddy. 5
Mark
years.
J goes back, a degree does not beget intelligence.
Oh.
And then Andy H goes, what does then in your opinion? And Alan T says, a degree is merely a license to learn. We made it. We never get an award, but I'm going to take that one as one.
That guy knows as well. I had people still going, didn't you used to be a physio? Like, who don't even know what I used to do. So he knows us deeply.
And he does listen to the show because we never have asked Mark a decent question.
Sean sometimes likes to push him up against the fence and
anyway, I think he's right. He's nailed us.
I mean, we certainly didn't ask any hard-hitting questions.
We are in the
gene
gene pool. We just swim in the shallow end. Thank you very much.
I don't like swimming anyway.
Mark J.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
There is nothing worse when there will be a few things that are worse, but when you lose your mobile phone. Don't you feel
There's
it's
a few
that
things.
sinking, that sunken feeling in your stomach, like, oh my God, it's not with me. And
we rely on it for so much. I mean, it's okay if you lose it at home or you drop it and it gets broken or whatever. You can easily replace it.
Yeah.
But like I was just traveling recently, and there was a time when it ran out of charge.
Yeah.
Like because I was just using it so much, and we were out and about, and I'm like, okay, so now we've got no maps. We've got no way of contacting anybody. So that all of a sudden you rely on it so much more, and you can't replace it easily if you lose it or break it.
Yeah. Okay, so there's this guy. His name's Philip. He's 23 years old. He was with his family, and they were hiking up a forbidden trail. You weren't allowed there. Up Mount Vesuvius.
Oh, so he was in Italy too.
He's a ninja warrior.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
At the 4,000-foot summit, he stopped to take a selfie to memorialize.
Yeah, he's made it to the top.
Yeah. Unfortunately, his phone has fell into Mount Vesuvius.
So this is the volcano that knocked out Pompeii.
Oh.
Yeah. So his phone's fallen in.
Yep.
And then, of course, because it's your phone.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was a hat, you'd let it go.
Yeah, that's right.
But if it's your phone, what do you do?
Your lifeline.
You need to get it. So he's tried to grab it, and then unfortunately he's fallen into Mount Vesuvius. now, luckily he's only fallen 3 meters in because he's just landed on a bit where he could hold on. Otherwise, he would have plummeted 300 meters.
Jesus.
Down a volcano.
That he's not supposed to be on. Did he get his phone back?
He got his phone back.
Oh, well, then that's what a happy story.
Yeah. Tour guides saw him fall. They were able to rescue him by lowering him a rope. After he was bandaged up, and I showed you he's all cut up.
The grazing on his back is
really
next level.
After he was bandaged up, he was taken away by the police.
Took a couple of selfies with the Carabinieri.
That is so good. But you mentioned before, you said at the start of it, there could be other things worse.
Well,
I don't know if there is.
Well, there's your phone, right? Yep. So I think you'll always try and retrieve your phone. Keys. You'll always try and retrieve your keys.
Yeah, I think
a ring.
Yeah, or sentimental jewelry.
Yes,
if it's been given to you by someone who's passed away, or it's your wedding ring or whatever. Yeah.
Even though I don't carry one around anymore, your wallet.
No, I think you'd let your wallet go because everything in there.
None of it's got money in it.
No, but who carries cash in their wallet anymore for starters?
Oh, one of my mates carries cash. He's got like $800 or $1,000 in there every bloody day. It's
ridiculous. Cards are replaceable.
Your money's not.
Yeah, you say that, but no, I don't know. I'd go hard. I'd go into Volcano for my wallet.
But also,
and you know that I don't have any money.
Anyone that has ever had to cancel a credit card because they've lost it and then go and do all their all their paying stuff again, it is a nightmare. I would go into a volcano for my wallet.
Well, you guys know that I lost my wedding ring that time over
Yes.
in Rottnest, and remember when I was looking for it in the water, had the goggles on, I was probably in about, 18 to 20 feet worth of water.
Yeah.
And at that stage, around that time, there was a lot of shark attacks. So,
Yeah, so
I was
you put your
thinking-
body on the line.
I'm looking around, I'm thinking, this is just ripe for a TV show. I'm going to get rolled here by a big great white.
Yeah.
And but I was more scared of getting in trouble with my wife.
Yeah.
To add insult to injury, when I did get back, to link this into something else, I was standing on the jetty and everyone's going, "Oh, you're dead, Megan's going to kill you." And I was standing on the side of the jetty. And
'Cause you
that's when
never
I dropped-
found it.
I never found it. And that's when I dropped my car keys over in the water. So I had to get a mask back on and jump overboard next to a jetty. And
See, but at least people
Throw
can
on.
say, okay, I understand why you went, if it's your
Yeah,
phone, it's your wedding
yeah.
ring, I can understand whatever extent, or if you put yourself in danger to get it back, I can understand it. But what if the sentimental thing isn't jewelry, Natty, it is like a hat? And people are going, "You're mental."
yeah.
There was, see that footage of the guy. There was a giant crocodile coming out of the water up near Darwin, and this guy went really super close to it, and people were screaming at him to get away from it because it was his favourite hat, and he tried to get it back. It's like, let the hat go. That's a giant crocodile.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
A guy was on holidays in Italy climbing Mount Vesuvius. He wasn't supposed to be. Went on a trail he didn't have access to.
Bad Philip. His phone fell into Mount Vesuvius, and then he thought, you know what, I think I can get it back. Leaned in, fell into Mount Vesuvius himself. Luckily landed 3 metres down, didn't fall the entire 300 metres.
Scraped his back, something
But
shocking though.
got pulled out by a rope, all cut up, and then got arrested.
Cracking day.
We want to know the extent you went to get something back. Chris, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi,
Good,
Chris.
Buddy, what do you got for us?
Well, it wasn't actually me, it was my brother.
Yeah.
I was about 12 years old, went on a fishing trip with my brother and my dad. And it was up in Darwin. And we were going down a river, and literally we'd seen crocodiles as we were coming up to this fishing spot Dad wanted to go to everywhere.
Yeah.
So they'd cast the rods out, put the fishing rods in the fishing holders, and got distracted. Next minute, one of the fishing rods just launches, goes into the water.
Yes.
Without missing a heartbeat, my brother jumps into the water after it.
Into the croc-infested waters.
Oh, to
In
get a
croc-infested
fishing rod
waters.
back.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the water because he's jumped in and gone underwater. Can't see him. No idea where he is. Next minute, he pops up about 20 metres away from the boat.
20 metres.
Holding the rod in the air going, got it.
Got it! Oh my
forgot-
God.
he forgot it was infested with
Can we
crocs.
hands down agree you let a fishing rod go?
I know, it's just going straight
How
back
much
to
is a fishing
BCF.
rod?
I mean,
no. Well, it depends what it
it
is.
varies
but hundreds
greatly.
of bucks these
Yeah.
days. You can get,
But still.
No,
But
you let a fishing
you're up
rod
the top
go.
end.
Oh, it gets better. He swam back to the fishing boat. I'm still sitting there, scared crapless.
Yeah.
He jumps in the boat and reels
Was it he?
in the rod, and he's still got the fish on. He's picked up the bloody salmon.
Oh, wait, sorry, you didn't tell me I had a fish on it.
Oh, yeah, that's
you would get the fishing rod.
much more detail.
Oh, what a hero.
Chris, not in a million. I don't think. Okay, mobile phone goes into croc-infested waters.
No.
No.
You let the mobile phone
It
go.
doesn't matter.
Even wedding ring, croc-infested
Bag
waters.
of diamonds. I'm not.
A bag of diamonds.
I do
though.
often take
how
them
much
fishing.
Though? How much though?
I don't know. It's
Say
just
$2
a whole
million
bag
worth
of diamonds.
$2 million worth of diamonds. I'd jump in. I'd check first.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd just like
How would you
I'd put
check?
my hand in the water and just.
How would you,
just
would
to
you
see.
check by saying, Shaun, can you just jump in?
Thanks, Chris. Laura, hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Laura.
Laura, what extent did you go to get something back?
Okay, so my story is quite lengthy, so I'm just going to shorten it down a bit. So I hope it still sounds as good as what it is.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
So this takes me back quite a few years ago when I was 18, and there's all those concerts that are on, those festivals. So everyone was going to this Listen Out concert, and I'd missed out on tickets. So basically, I jumped onto Facebook and found some tickets that was selling for a reasonable price. People used to sell them for so much more than what they actually were.
Yeah.
So I went and grabbed 2 tickets, went to the trainer, picked up some tickets from some guy that he was posting them on Facebook and sold them. So I bought them for me and my friend, so $300 it cost.
Yes.
So on the way home, I went to basically message him to say, can you send me the email from Ticket Tech to make sure that they were legit?
Yep.
And couldn't find him on Facebook. And I was having the biggest meltdown. I was like, oh my God, I've been scammed not only for myself, but my best friend's lost her money.
Oh, no.
Anyway, so the ins and outs of the story I won't get into, but basically ended up finding his best friend on Facebook that had a profile picture with him in it.
Yes.
Done, investigation.
So, I was pretty proud of myself. And basically there was 4 comments there, and 2 of the comments I couldn't see. But this guy happened to be friends with my cousin. So I said to my cousin, take a photo of those 4 comments for me. And guess who was the other 2 comments? This bloody guy that sold me the fake ticket.
Yes.
So anyway, I tried to, I couldn't find his Facebook at all. Like, it completely blocked me. My friends was blocked. My boyfriend was blocked. Like, literally everyone in my family was blocked.
Yeah.
He was a smart guy. And basically went on someone else's phone. I messaged him and I was like, I know you sold me the fake tickets. Meet me here at this time. Otherwise I'm taking it further. You know, I'm going to get, the police involved and everything. So he met me at the Ginger Light shop and I got my $300 back.
Oh! All right, you're a real sleuth, Laura.
Yeah, that's right. Laura, don't cross Laura because
no way.
she will hunt you down.
Now, Laura, that $300, right? If it fell into croc-infested waters, would you go in and get it?
Well, probably not.
Sometimes you can let it go, but not in this case.
No, it's really good.
Great use of Facebook. Good stalking. Thanks, Laura.
Yeah.
Jeremy, hello.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Yeah, good,
Jeremy, what did you have to get back?
Well, I was about 4, 5, 6 years old. Loved my mum's rings, and I stole her wedding ring. Cuts to us going on a school excursion to Kings Park. Mum's there because she's a teacher, and I've lost it. Had to go up to Mum, tell her that I've lost the wedding ring. Had to get the whole year group to get looking for the wedding ring.
So the excursion stopped and it became a scavenger hunt.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a scavenger hunt at Kings Park.
Yes.
Took us the whole day. It turns out it's just on the grass.
Oh, so you actually found it again.
Hey,
We
Jeremy,
did find it in the end.
what do you mean you loved your mum's wedding ring, so you took it? What did you wear it?
Oh, just love the bling. Just love the bling.
Do you still love the bling, Jez?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a set of my own, just not mum's wedding ring.
Yeah, of course.
Did you have to prise it off your mum's hand? Why wasn't she wearing it?
Oh, because when she goes to bed, she puts it on the bedside table.
So she was in bed, you
the room.
snuck in, you put your mum's wedding ring on, aka your bling, and you've gone to school.
I was only 5 years old.
That is a good solid defence.
No worries, we know what happened last year.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
He's an absolute fine specimen, Griffin Logue, and he's a part of our team and one of not many people who can get around in budgie smugglers and actually feel comfortable and look unbelievably good.
I'm sorry, was he smuggling a budgie or was it a bald eagle? Hello, Griffin.
Yeah, guys, what's going on?
Hey, Griff, when you know that the paparazzi are in the jeans taking photos of you and your sluggos, do you walk a little bit?
Yeah, a bit more of a strut.
Yeah, what
Great
happens?
posture.
What happens?
Yeah, I'm the first one to get it out for sure, and puff the laps out, and down we go.
Do you always worry, because they could slow-mo some footage, aka Halle Berry coming out of the water on a Bond film?
Yes.
Do you flick the water out of your hair seductively?
Yeah,
Griff?
you got to be ready, because it just takes one bad photo and then you're in stride.
Yeah, that's right.
I tell you what, Alex Pearce.
Every frame matters.
Do you worry about who you're standing next to?
Yeah,
'Cause you're next to
he's
Alex
majestic,
Pearce, and
isn't he?
He is, because he's got the long flowing locks that look like they've been,
it's like a
conditioner has gone through
pedigree
that.
stallion. Yeah.
So Saber's house is next to him. Don't worry about that.
No, because don't discount curls. It shows that he eats his crust.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Which is very sexy for any woman.
Yeah, girls get the girls.
Actually, on the hair and the head in particular, I did learn the other day, which I hadn't heard before, Griff, is that you don't wear hats for a particular reason. And this resonates, I think, with my 2 friends that I work with. What's that reason?
Yeah, the reason is my head's just physically too big.
Yes.
Oh, Griffin,
I hear
we
you,
are
Griff.
big-headed people
Big-headed
as well.
people. You know what we can't wear in my family? The hats that come in the Christmas crackers. They don't fit. They tear.
It's not good.
No, they come in and they just red. There's not even no point
shredded.
putting them on.
And people don't realise. It's like people just hand you a hat and expect you to put it on, and you don't know the worry that goes through you because you're like, it's not mathematically possible to get this in there.
Yeah. Imagine
It's not going to fit around me big 5 head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine the pressure on my temples when I try and wear a fascinator.
Oh my god!
It feels like there's drills boring into my head.
Her head's like a beach ball on a toothpick. It's amazing.
know.
But the brain power.
I've never found a tiara that fits me either. And
it's really hard.
And you've looked.
I've looked, Shaun, extensively.
Now, Griff, it is a big game against the Sydney Swans, and in particular, Alex Pearce looks like he's not playing with a calf injury, which we do know that you will be matching up, in my opinion, on the one and only Buddy Franklin.
Who's got a bit to prove this week.
Yeah, you reckon you got him covered?
Oh, geez. I think he kicked a few last time on me, but I had a decent enough game. But I thought I was past that. I thought I was a forward from now on.
Yeah, I know.
Wouldn't have to worry about the big fella. But look, it'll be a good game, and it's always seems to be a good enough tussle. But I'm just glad I don't really have to play him when he's right in his prime. But
sure, he's
still such a pretty special player, and he's always kind of. Big cliche, but it's kind of still in awe, kind of watching him every now and then. To be honest,
and he's in contract negotiations right now, so he's going to be wanting to show his best.
Well.
Yeah,
I know. You better watch that bald eagle.
Bald eagle could be in a bit of strife.
The one thing about Buddy though, on a Saturday night game in particular, geez, he oils his arms up a lot. And I remember that Ben Cousins used to do the same. But you played on Buddy last time.
But like,
he's mad on the
does
oil.
He oil up with like reef oil or something? What is it?
Well,
is it just a tube of lube?
It's just extra virgin olive oil, Nathan. I think you're right.
It's baby oil, and Tomahawk does it as well. To stop from kind of holding their elbows or holding their arms.
It's a greasy pig kind of situation.
Do you baby oil yourself up?
No.
I can't believe it's not butter or something.
No, I've got no use for it. I just sit there and try and punch it. So.
Are we talking about the bald eagle again, Alex?
Yeah, he cops a hiding as well.
You should watch out. He's an endangered species.
100%. Oh, that's taking a turn, hasn't it?
Hasn't it just? Jeez. That's what happens when we have a couple of weeks off with holidays, Griff. That's why we come back.
I know.
Hey, Griff, Andy Brayshaw's having a magnificent season this year, and I believe he's almost come into favouritism for the Brownlow.
Yeah, I got told he came into favouritism as well, which is awesome. He's been great to watch, and watching him build such a strong season last year and then just really follow it through this year. It's just one of the good things happening to good blokes. You know, it's good. It's really good to see him. What he does defensively, obviously, is starting to get highlighted a bit now with the public. But the stuff that he does that kind of we see in our vision within the four walls of the club is phenomenal. And then obviously he's got a good knack for goals. And I reckon the only thing he needs to do is start taking a few hangers and then.
Yeah, complete player. His form's really kicked in, don't you reckon, since Shaun made him pay for his groceries at Palmyra Woolies?
I reckon that's what it is, just random acts of kindness to get the mind right and get the body right and look what's happening.
Well, it keeps you grounded.
That's what it's having to support the McManus family.
What's happening on the Buckback Mountain? I don't know what your podcast is called. Any special guests?
The bald eagles on the Buckback Mountain.
I think you had Clarkie on, didn't you, Griff? Not that I...
We had Geordie Clark on most recently. Yeah. Still got our most hits from the great man that you're looking at right now, Shawnee Mack. He was great. So
I'm just confused as to what I haven't been invited on.
It is a mystery, isn't it?
Understand.
It's a good point.
You're thinking.
Long list, mate. It's just a long list.
I'm sure.
I don't know.
You're definitely on it.
To blow up the socials again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No worries.
I get it.
Yeah, get too much traction.
Oh well, I do. We don't want to break the internet as the Kardashians are prone to do.
Are we feeling the flag mantle thing, Griff? Like, is that really starting to build now?
Oh, geez, I don't know about that.
You're keeping a lid on it?
Yeah, keeping a lid on it for now. I mean, it's plenty more mountains to climb so far, but it's trending towards a possibility, but everything's a chance. But we're all having really a lot of fun, and it's obviously a great feel around the club when you're winning, and if we can keep doing that, then it should be a fun year.
Just 1 week at a time. Happy to get the 4 points. Jungle out there, Nath.
Only the
very
fittest alive.
Professional.
pop till you stop.
Yep.
Good luck against Buddy.
This goes with that at Suzanne's.
Full credit to the boys, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
And it's finger looking good.
See you later, Griff.
Bald eagle out. See you later.
There we go. Good on you, Griff.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Beauty and the Geek is back on Channel 9 and 9 now. The host, of course, as you know, is the very gorgeous Sophie Monk, who joins us now. Sophie, how are you? What are you up to?
I'm good.
Yeah. Hey, I'm
Doing
just...
lots of radio interviews.
Oh, how many do you have to bang out on a day like today?
I don't count.
Right.
You know, just pick up the phone.
So what's the stupidest thing you've been asked so far, Soph?
Oh, about the baby, because apparently I just said in an interview we'd like to have kids one day.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I'm concerned about my age, though, apparently now. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, like, and this is really crazy now because we'll have paps trying to get up your womb.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit chubby, so people will be like, not realising it's hamburgers.
You know what? That's going to be horrendous, isn't it? Because now, because that's been out, anytime that they see a slight roll on your stomach or whatever, people are going to call you pregnant, and then you're going to be like, oh, well, I'm never wearing that dress again.
Exactly what's going to happen. Yeah.
Hey, Soph, I've got a question for you because I'm a single girl and I've just been on a long-haul flight. I just flew back from Italy.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm completely mystified how anybody meets their future husband on a plane, and that's exactly what you did.
Well, firstly, you have to look like Sophie Monk.
Have you got any secrets for me?
Well, you know what it was? I've caught that many planes in my life. Never have I sat next to someone that I go, oh, he's cute, ever.
Yes.
This was the only time. But people are telling me that it happens all the time.
What?
That people meet on planes.
I thought so.
When I flew over, I was sitting next to Hamish Blake's kid, and he's about 8, so that was out.
Oh, you know what? They've got some money. They've got some money. That family. I would have overlooked it.
So just bide my time, you reckon?
Put in a good word with
I know they call it grooming, but I call it the long game.
Waiting in the wings.
I think it's a dream, though, to sit next to someone that's,
It does
pretty
not
handy.
happen.
Oh, my God, this is my chance for a conversation.
So he sat down. Did you think he was a bit handy straight away or what?
Me? No, I was. Like, not handsy. But I said, oh, are you single? Can I kiss you?
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm getting the vibe here that
On
he's
the
into me.
flight. Yeah.
Yes.
How many hours in? How many hours?
2 hours.
2 hours in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Not in
pretty
economy, of course.
No, it wasn't. But if we had 16 hours left of the flight.
I mean, it could have got really awkward.
If you could have gotten
really
together, that
awkward.
was long enough to get together and break up, isn't it?
Yeah, so true.
But I think in the pointy end, Nat, I mean, you weren't flying the pointy end before, but if you get in the pointy end, you can socialise with people because you're having a drink.
Yeah.
If it's
possible.
That's what it is. It's free champagne.
Think about it. It's dinner. It's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's conversation.
You can sleep side by side.
It's sleeping together without doing it, unless you have the rug. It's also traveling together. It's
a lot.
Like a micro relationship.
Yep, and you can't run away, and so you've got to go somewhere.
It's true.
Okay, so
He
you've
can't
made
ghost
out.
you
So
for that.
2 hours in, you started making out, yeah. And then then by the end of the flight, did you feel like you were a couple? Because that's a long
No, because then we fell asleep, and I woke up, and it was a bit like we'd had a few champagne.
And you,
so
you'd sobered up a bit.
Different, yeah. And I was like, oh no, and I was just eating breakfast, like
just eating your omelette.
Well, there's no walk of shame.
Walk of shame.
No, exactly. He didn't ask for my phone number, so I went, oh no, he's a player. And then I went, can I have your number?
Yeah.
And I put it in my. I didn't know his name though.
Well, she only had 16 hours to find out. So.
Yeah. Well, you know when you only say it once at the beginning, and I think I'm not going to talk to this guy again.
Yeah. Well, that's when you need a friend around.
Yeah,
You just
that's right.
Okay, so you go and ask him his name.
You got his number, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you leave the flight. What happens?
And then I texted him, and I was like, oh, he didn't text back. And then like an hour later, he did. And then we just started talking on the phone. And he lived in America at the time, and then he moved over. No, I went to LA, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I went overseas a few times to go see him.
So
like
did he know that he was making out with Sophie Monk, or did he not know who you were?
No, he lived in America for ages.
Okay, so he
didn't know.
didn't know.
I still like to think, my ego likes to think that he did.
So did you tell him before the whole romance began 2 hours in? Did you tell him that you were on TV and like what you did? And did he tell you?
I was like, I'm kind of a big deal.
Ask anyone.
Some people
Don't
probably
ask
say
anyone.
sweetheart.
Okay, so how long into it did you find out? Because what does he do again? He's a what?
Robotics consultant.
Oh, that's
for,
right.
You know,
God, that's-
robots.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is Beauty and the Geek.
Yes,
This is what it is. This is the embodiment of it.
Yeah, he's book smart for sure. I'm street smart, but I don't know what that means.
Oh my God, because of what you went through, why isn't one of the Beauty and the Geek challenges putting a geek with a hot girl on a flight to see if they get together?
You'll have to watch the season.
Oh, okay. That is so funny. And they're making out 2 hours in. I don't think that's going to be happening with our Harry Potter fanatic.
Not with what he's wearing. Hey, so if we always have a look at the pictures and see, obviously,
And
the
judge
little
them,
shorts
obviously.
and stuff like that, do they... Surely they get these geeks and go, you're wearing this for, you know...
Until the makeover.
Yeah, until
It's the opposite. So in their auditions, they're geekier. And then the promo shots, I saw them, and I went, oh, they've cleaned them up. Like, you know.
Are you serious?
I'm legit. I promise you, if you watch this show, you'll totally get it.
Well, brown on mustard on brown, I'm not sure. Is that... Am I missing something?
That's
Anthony.
That's the choice.
Yeah, but some people just wear like a lot of corduroy.
I mean, I'm hard, yeah.
But this is the thing. There's always the hot geek. It seems
Yes,
to be that
you can tell that once they're shaven down, they're going to be all right.
Like Jaden and Michael are probably going to be the hot ones. Jason could probably scrub up all right as well. And so actually, we've got a few that might scrub up all right. Christopher could scrub up all right as well. You know what? And that is really heartbreaking for the ones that aren't going to scrub up all right. They're waiting for their makeover to go, oh, look at them. They're so
like going
adorable. Adorable is not what you want to look like.
It's like going on a dating show and finding out you're the villains. Like,
Hey, so does the show take a while to put together, or you're able to bang it out pretty quickly?
No, it's about 6 weeks, filming every day. Yeah. It's not too hard, though. Like, I dress up in costumes, and it's so fun. Yeah.
All right. Well,
it is adorable. It's such wholesome, good fun, and the people involved always have beautiful hearts.
It's beautiful. They're all really lovely to each other.
There's no backstabbiness or anything. It's so lovely.
God.
Yeah. Everyone walks away going, it's the best experience of my life. Not like other reality shows where they're like, they edited me bad.
Of course. God, I'm sick of hearing it.
We love your work, so thank you so much for talking to us. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, you too. Thank you, guys.
Bye, honey.
Cheers. Thanks.
Okay,
Bye.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
It's Friday, and that means that around about this time every week, we let Harry loose on the show. Normally just silently pressing the buttons.
Silently but effectively pressing the buttons.
Usually starts the show really with his 5:30 hour, half hour of power.
Yeah.
Before
it's a whole hour starting at 5.
Oh,
no, but only the second half is good.
Yeah, because it's got the power in it.
Because you guys come in. Hey, I do some first class and 50k in the first half.
Yeah, you do.
If you're the early
And the people love it.
And can we just say we laugh when you do it in the morning because some of your interactions are so awkward. What was your name again? Sorry, how do I say that?
God, well, half the calls are asleep and so am I, to be honest. Guys, the debrief this week, if I had to put anything in from today, it would be Griffin Logue saying he flogs his bald eagle. But the real theme of the week, I just wasn't sure where Nat went on holiday.
I mean, I hardly mentioned it at all.
No, well, have a listen to this.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun's Weekly Debrief.
After a 2-week break, the guys couldn't wait to share tales from their travels. No prizes for guessing where Nat went.
I was in Italy. I flew into Rome. I mean, I know I've barely mentioned it, but I went to Italy. I don't want to go on about it, but I went to Italy for the holidays.
Shaun also managed to escape Perth, but who cares? Nat went to Italy.
Buongiorno, come stai? Gelati.
Okay, per favore, that's enough. Shaun did find himself some warmer weather in Exmouth over the break, but he didn't manage to escape the spies we sent up with him.
Yeah, a good friend Tim, he had a bit of a secret. I get this text. Shaun McManus just tripped over and ate dirt in front of my table at Whalebone. He tripped on my mate's dog leash and his wife came up and we're like, oh, it's all good, the dog's okay. And she's like, I don't care about the dog, I care about my husband.
That's not true. That she does not care about you.
I know, I couldn't believe it either.
Well, Nath took care of some family business in Kalgoorlie earlier this week. Channel 9's Tracy Vo dropped in to co-host. And Nat told us about her holiday in Italy. Again.
Buongiorno.
On Tuesday, the guys dug up some old footage of Shaun McManus in what appears to be his first ever media appearance.
Linter Gas, along with the club, are running a winter woolies competition, and they're encouraging everyone to bring along their unwanted woolen gears.
Pretty well spoken, I thought. He looked the part too, hey?
That wasn't good. Even at the time, there's no way that people went, oh no, his hair is amazing. I look dirty.
Don't listen to him, Shaun. These days you're a walking, talking Morris Mead model, I reckon. Nath returned on Wednesday and shared some devastating news about the bin room door at his apartment.
There was a simple hook and latch.
Yeah.
So that needed to be replaced because it snapped. Our Strata company, they got us a quote for this job.
After many low guesses, Nat was eventually on the money.
$495 for an $11.42 latch.
Natalie, come on down!
Thank you. What do I win?
So apparently $495 was reasonable, according to George, who helped justify this extortionate quote.
I hate to have to tell you this, but he doesn't have to justify the price. You have to pay it. End of story.
Well, that's why I didn't. And I spent 5 minutes and $12.
The always flawless Ellie Patricevic was once again brilliant this week. Well, most of the time.
The new Guzmani Gomez app means you've created...
You okay? You're a bit emotional about it. Guzmani Gomez. Stay strong.
Guac in her throat. She's hungry for guacs.
All right, thank you.
Don't knock guac.
What are you talking about?
And the guys had a very special birthday to celebrate this week.
Mark McGowan is turning older today.
Thank you for remembering.
Do you know who you share your birthday with? Harrison Ford,
Yep.
George Clooney.
Okay, Mark, there's a movie of your life, right? Who's going to play it?
I'd go Clooney.
Yeah.
You'd have to. We are very similar, and we're probably the closest in age.
Happy birthday, Mr. Premier. Okay, that's weird. McGowan also visited Italy recently. Off you go, Nat.
I had to maximise my time overseas.
I agree.
Yeah. I just enjoyed a few extra days in Italy.
And that's the debrief. Ciao, Bella.
Buongiorno.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.